Hello and good morning. I want to talk to you today about stress. What has got you stressed today? Stress is a part of life that we can't get completely rid of, so we have to find ways to deal with it, to manage it, to reduce it, because stress makes us sick if we don't do something about it. And according to research, they documented that before the pandemic happened, 5 years before the pandemic happened, stress was increased by 44% then. But since then, we've had this global pandemic going on, and then all the things that have happened at the same time with that, with people arguing about so many things, about school, about masks, about politics, about our opinion, about vaccines, about what this social media is doing or that one is doing, or all kinds of stuff. It's the stress has been off the charts, and there's just trauma everywhere because of this pandemic. And I was reading yesterday about how the trauma, the childhood trauma that's taking place now because of the pandemic that are due to things we can't even do anything about now, like a baby having to deal with looking at people with masks on their faces. We express ourselves with our faces, and babies need a thing called mirroring. And so when anyone has a mask on their face, it's hindering them from getting something that they need. And so that just was breaking my heart. And it's just, there's so much that could be very stressful. And we can't focus on what's stressful, but we can find ways to deal with the stress. And that's what I want to help you with, because I love you. I'm Danielle Bernack from DanielleBernack.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you. And I've been saying that since this pandemic started, and it has just really propelled me into just wanting to love you more and see how I can help you more and help our world and make our world a better place. And that's what we all want, right? Because we want to enjoy our lives. And so I wanted to share a couple of things with you that you can do to manage your stress or deal with your stress or confront your stress. And, we're probably aware of some of the usual things, like you could go for a walk, you could read, you could do crocheting, or, listen to music. And these are some usual things, but I wanted to share just two other things with you. No, three other things with you that you could do that might not come up in your head, of something that you could do to help calm that stress in your body, because stress increases the stress hormone cortisol, which it has side effects in us if it's there for too long. It needs to be there for a period of time, but too much of it starts hurting us. So one thing you can do is you can do something called ground yourself. And if you don't know what that is, you can do it outside in your lawn, or you could do it on carpet, or whatever serves you. But I'm going to use the lawn as an illustration. Take off your shoes if it's warm enough outside where you are. And you go and you stand in the lawn and you feel your feet in the ground, and you feel where you are very intentionally, and you ground yourself to where you're standing, and you calm yourself, feeling yourself where you are. It's like you locate yourself, and it calms down all that stuff that's swirling around you. And another thing you can do is something that my grandkids do. They got a dog during this whole pandemic thing, and they play with their dog or snuggle with their dog. Or if you have a different kind of pet, you could play with your pet or snuggle with your pet, and that has a very calming response. And the other thing that I forgot what it was, so I had to look at my notes. The other thing you can do, that you might think this is silly, but you might be really surprised at how well this could work, is go stand in front of a mirror and make funny faces at yourself until you laugh. You'll feel silly, you'll feel silly, but if you do it until you laugh, it's going to change your internal landscape. It's going to change your hormones and your cortisol levels on the inside. And so those are just three things I could give you today. And I also have an article on my blog, DanielleBernack.com, that has 75 different ways you could do it. Of course, we can't do 75 because that would cause us stress, but maybe you don't like the ones I brought up to you today, or maybe you've done them and they don't work so well, and you want something new and fresh, or maybe you want to come up with, something you can do every day for 75 days, or however that serves you, because this is about you lowering your stress and managing your life. And so you can thrive, and you can not just survive the stress and trauma that's going on in the world, but you can thrive because you're taking ownership of how you feel. You're taking ownership of that stress and you're processing it to get to the other side where you can thrive. And so until next time, I love you. Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com, that lady on the internet who loves you. Bye-bye.